Hi guys, it's Melissa here, and today I'm showing you a layout that I made that is one of those layouts where you really just want to get the story told. So it's not that the photos aren't amazing or special, because to me they are, because they're about my son winning a sportsmanship award at school athletics, but they're not really artsy photos, they're just the photos that I've taken to document the day. And so I didn't like this paper, this background paper. It's part of my hip kit, and I would have been happy to use the other side, but my son said that he really liked it, so I wanted to work with that because this is a layout about him, and I know it's not all about what your children want, but hey, if he's going to support my scrapbooking and telling his stories, then I am going to make it work for him. So I'm using this little frame that came in the ephemera pack, and it worked really well with this photo because it's him getting the award, and it didn't matter so much about cropping out the other people in the photo excuse me, because the other photo has got the detail anyway. So I wanted to use that little, I guess it's a show banner, and I thought it really worked on the side of that frame. So this one's quite funny, well, not funny, but it is for me. So that's my son getting his award, and here I'm hesitant over cropping out the guy on the left because it's actually my husband who is my son's teacher. So I did think about making this photo a 4x4, but in the end I just couldn't bring myself to crop Sean out of the photo, so I left it in. And I think it works well because, as you'll see, I'll have a mix of different sizes of elements on this page. So I had used this paper, and that piece with the arrows at the bottom, that's the branding strip, and it's already attached to the paper, and I trimmed off a piece of that for something else, so I had to work with making this fit and getting the same size border of the craft piece of paper, so that's why I've used that other piece at the top. And I put minimal adhesive because at the time I thought that I'd be stitching around, but then I stapled it. And so here I've just added the mist that came in the kit, in the colour kit, and I've done it with the packaging technique, which is something that we're all into at the moment. And I know I've said it before, but I just really do love the look that it gives, especially for me because I'm still very new at mixed media. So one thing I would say though is that next time I would do the misting before I'd adhere my paper down to the cardstock at the back, because you'll see in the final shots at the end it is kind of lifted, and I do wish that I'd stitched around it now. I may still do that, I'll just have to work out whether it's going to work with where I've placed the staples. So I love that little die cut, it says reach for the stars, but I just couldn't make it work, so I decided to cut it into a tag, and that's what I'm doing now. And then I'll get my crocodile out and punch the hole at the top. Here I'm just working out the middle where the centre is, putting a little dot, and then I'll come in with my crocodile. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to making sure things are even, like tags, etc. And because I can't leave a tag without twine, I will put some string through it. It's just general old string that we've had in our house for years, and I'm getting through it, and the kids borrow it all the time, but I like the look. It's kind of an off-white colour and it pretty much works with anything. I haven't done it yet, but you'll see it soon. So here I've decided to back that die cut. Mine was actually broken, there's a little rip at the bottom, so by gluing it onto this paper you can't actually see that it's been ripped. And for me, because I don't have a silhouette cameo yet, it's on my wish list, it's a real treat to get die cuts like this that give the look as if I'd cut it myself. Okay, so just trying to decide where I want things. And I've actually cut out a lot of me fussing around deciding where to put things because I do want that misting to be seen. So I'm committing to that one there. I'm actually committing to putting all of them in the positions they're in now. And with this little frame I'm popping it up on some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And I like the difference that it gives. That it lifts that one up. So this really is a very simple loose grid layout, and I'm really into grids at the moment. The next video that I've got that I created over the last 2 days is another grid pattern. And in this little tag, label, I'm just writing that these are all the kids that received awards for the day. So my son was one of 2 children that received a sportsmanship award, and of course in my journaling I say how proud we are of him for that. So I'd been saving the field notes puffy sticker, and it works perfectly with these photos of athletics. So I'm trying to work out where to put this one, and I will come back to it later. So here I'm putting the twine through, and it is a little bit problematic because it's so close to the top of the page, and so I consider looping it and stapling it, but in the end I'll just trim it off, and it doesn't matter. Could have left it like that. It's funny, isn't it, when you make these videos and you watch them back yourself and you think, no, I should have left it like that, but anyway, doesn't matter. Just popping that up for a little bit of dimension. And that's where I've decided that because of the dimension I can add that puffy sticker right there, and I've done the old fake staple technique. So with this little label I've just added the little blue enamel dots which look like it's been, look like brads, like it's been stuck down with brads, I guess. So it's the week 2 of school holidays here today, and we had snow this week, which is unusual for autumn. It's April, well, obviously, and we don't normally get snow in April, so we had a snow dump that came right down to where we live. It hung around for Monday, and my son was actually out there making a snowman in the snow, and then it sort of only hung around for a couple of hours on the ground where we live, but it's on all the mountains now, and that was pretty exciting. But today's big news is that my baby turned 1, so that was pretty exciting, and the older 2 children were just loving hanging out with her today, and Azaria was taking over, opening the presents like a bridesmaid really, and Brielle was getting annoyed because she wanted to open the presents and then have a look at them herself. But it was cute, and yeah, for me it's just hard to believe that a year has gone by. So I'm so grateful for my scrapbooks because I can look back and just reminisce on what today meant and how special it was. And I took lots of photos, so they'll be coming soon to a layout. Here I'm adding some wood veneers. They don't come in this. This is the February hip kit and one of the last layouts that I've made. But I felt this just needed a bit more, and I love these stars for boy pages. They really suit the outdoorsy feel of these photos. So I'm just adding my journaling, and I actually think I'm nearly done. So yeah, this is very factual journaling about what he won and why he won it and how proud we are of him. No, I'm putting the date up there, I think. So there's the final layout. I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers, and sorry I haven't been able to reply to all your comments. With school holidays, it's pretty full on here at the moment.